Sunday, 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 Sunday. Time for more NFL football games. Well, of course, games. I don't know what else there would be on Sunday. I mean, I'd be down for like a church version of NFL football. Anyway, uh, late in the season to where like basically you about we're weeding out who basically is going to be in this wild card hunt. Ain't nothing more significant. Ain't nothing that this ain't like the beginning of the year where it's like there ain't no deep analyzing and stuff like that. We pretty much know, except for maybe like 4 or 5 teams, who you basically are. You either up here, you here, or you figuring out what you want to get next year in the draft. And anyway, so let's just start with the teams here that got really something to play for in these matchups. We got Broncos and Texans. Now, both teams are pretty much vying for a wild card spot. I was like, I think the Texans are going to win. I personally want them to win anyway over the Broncos, but it's not in a way that I also don't want the Broncos to see how far they could ride up into the playoffs. It'd be sort of, I was like, it'd see what the narrative would be if they able to get to the playoffs. But I like Stroud getting himself into the playoff hunt, that kind of thing at a rookie and stuff like that. I was like, I really wish they would have got the chance and beat the Jaguars. And I was like, but they were just ever so close and it didn't happen. But I think the Texans, I don't think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a game like last week where it's just gonna be close. I was like, I don't think they're gonna just beat out the Broncos or nothing like that. Broncos are playing really well. I was like Russell doing his Russ thing, and I was like cooking with his old ass. The defense really came on, and CJ Stroud been a beast. So I think this is going to be a really compelling game. I think the Texans just squeeze it out. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty high octane offense. Like I said, whatever you seen last week, that's what I expect here. Cardinals and Steelers. Another team in the Steelers that's trying to stay alive for the wild card. Cardinals, they're not going anywhere. They just wave Zach Ertz, so that already tells you everything you need to know. Steelers, they didn't really look great last week, but they had a crazy offensive total that they haven't had like all year or whatever like that. I expect for them to still win here. I think this is going to be a close game, but I'm not in a good way. I think it's going to be a close game of like some 13-7 crap, where it's like the Arizona Cardinals got a chance to be in a game they shouldn't be in, kind of thing. I think the offense will look better than it has in the past week, but what's that really saying at the same time? But the Steelers get this win pretty much here. I like Chargers and Patriots. At this point, I know the Chargers had been like knocked out, but they knocked out. Only thing I'll say is I feel like the Chargers win. Only thing I was going to say is that Mac Jones look like he's third string here, and I guess Bailey Zappi is going to get the start. Malik Cunningham should be playing. He should be the starter. I know they gave him a little bit of a shot earlier this year, and then I was like, I get it. Rookie, he might not be ready there, blah, blah, Bill Belichick, all that BS. What I'm saying is that I was like, from Mac to Zappy, ain't really much different. I think Zappy's a lot more electrifying, of giving a chance for plays more than Mac is. But I don't think he's better than Mac. That's gonna make a difference. Also, Will Greer, seen him enough of the Carolina where I'm like, he's just back up. The reason I say Malik Cunningham is because I was like, when you got a stagnant offense like that, where you ain't really running the ball great, you ain't passing the ball great, and stuff like that, you know what you need? A quarterback that could do crazy electrifying things without having no regard for the damn playbook. And that's what Cunningham could do. Where it's just like, okay, cool, we're going to run this play. What happens when I'm like, that's not a good throw? I'm going to just run this bitch. That's what Malik Cunningham is there for. That's what you need that dude for. That's why I said, I'm like, that's the guy you need in these situations. You got a dry-ass offense. And guess what? That's the kind of quarterback you need. Guess what? When you had a dry-ass offense last time, you had Cam Newton, and that was the only way you could make plays because of Cam Newton. That's it. There was nobody else. I mean, it kind of element was there, but he got hurt, and then Myers started to step up. But other than that, there was nobody else, and that's how this offense looked. So that means that you need a quarterback to be dynamic to make something out of nothing. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, we got Colts and Titans. Neither one of these, I was like, Colts are really the ones in the wild card spot. Titans are just there, but they're not going to really be there. This is all about Will Levis' development over here. On the other hand, the Colts, they really got a good opportunity here. I was like, with a win, stay within the whole wild card thing. I think they get the win here, to be honest. Especially after getting rid of Leonard and stuff like that. I think this is sort of be like Jonathan Taylor's not there, but it doesn't matter. Zach Muffin run the ball like hell, so that doesn't negate anything. Minshew been over here, been in the starter for so long. I was like, look, I think they're gonna win. I don't think it's even gonna. It'll be sort of close just because division, that's always a little weird, so they'll be kind of close there. Dolphins and Commander. This had a chance to be a really high scoring game. I will say that. I know our defense has been playing well. I was like, I don't know if Phillips is going to be able to play. I think he got a season injury, but I was like, I'm not gonna be honest. I'm gonna have to check on it. But our offense versus their offense. First of all, I was like, we should say the offense versus the defense. I don't believe in their defense. I ain't believe in their defense when they had pass rush. They don't have pass rush. I was like, they've been over here just being letting leads go and stuff like that. I was like, their DBs ain't. We should dog walk their ass, to be honest. But Sam Howell and that offense, they're going to put up points. But guess what they also going to do? Put up sack numbers. And that's what I feel like where we got the advantage, where we just going to come after their ass the whole time. We got too many. We got Grinkle. We got Chubb. We got Wilkins. I was like, got Long. Too many damn people. We going to come and rush that ass all the time. And I was like, but I do think they're going, but they're going to put up points. I was like, that's the only thing I'm afraid of is if it's too much of a shootout. That's the only little thing I'm afraid of, a little bit of shout out. Because I was like, Sam Howell basically did last minute play, but they've been against great teams, and that's why he's lost more so than not against his efforts, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? But the Dolphins, we taking this one. Falcons and Jets. I think I'm gonna just say the Jets here. Everything would say the Falcons because the Jets been garbage. But the Jets defense has been it could be great or it could be okay. And to be honest, sometimes the way the Falcons play, you only need an okay defense, because sometimes they don't like to use their running backs right. Sometimes ready to be over here handing the damn ball off like they're just over here giving presents after Christmas. Where it's just returns and shit. Cause I was like, that's sort of how he be doing it. I was like, don't get me wrong. I was like, I'll try to defend Ritter, but that dude he's all the turnovers. He's the turnover. You know what he is? He's sort of like Daniel Jones. That's really what he is. And guess what? You ain't a first round pick. You don't get that privilege. Anyway, I think the Jets pull off a sneaky win, and we get a little bit more creeping up of Aaron Rodgers. They're coming on the field. Anyway, Saints and Lions. The Saints are pretty much trying to just win, just hanging on for the division. That's what they're really doing here. The Lions, their Lions sort of are too, but I was like, with that loss to the Packers, I was like, it's a lot closer than I think anybody would expect it. I was like, this is actually a hard game to actually pick, just because the defense for the Saints is really good. I'm going to go with the Lions just because the Saints offense have been, and yet, I was like, don't get me wrong, I like Carr. I don't think Carr's a bad quarterback, but I don't think he's a great quarterback. And I'll put it like this, I don't think Derek Carr is really that much difference than Jameis Winston. You're like, oh, Jameis Winston throw interception. I was like, he also throws touchdown. How much can Carr say he does that? Not very much. I was like, Jameis Winston also going to be a lot more electrifying and give people a lot more chances to play. I was like, to play. He could throw the ball and stretch the ball to Olave and make Michael Thomas more than a slot receiver. I'm just saying he could do more things. But anyway, it's Carr, and I'm going to pick the Lions mainly because of that. That's how I'm going to go. Panthers, Bucks. We can look at this two ways. We can look at this as a way for the Bucks to get a win to basically, try to stay in contention for the NFC South division. Or we can say the Panthers are going to be like, hey, we're not that garbage. We lost our coordinator, our coach, and all this other stuff. That was really the problem. We're going to win. I think the Bucks are going to win. I actually think it's going to be kind of close just because I think that little rallying cry is going to make everybody be like, yeah, we're going to rally together because it's us against the world and all that other bull. But I think Mayfield and Tampa Bay, who's been sliding here, Mayfield been sort of coming back to the mean. I was like, they're going to end up, I think, beating the Panthers overall. I don't know how this game doesn't get to be, the Sunday night game. This is where you should be able to flex or, flex with Monday or something like that. But anyway, 49ers Eagles. I don't know why this wouldn't be a main game. It's like, especially when the late night game who I'm going to get to is the Chiefs and the Packers. There's no Aaron Rodgers. Why the hell we got that as the main night game? I was like, even if y'all love going to be okay. I'm just saying, 49ers and Eagles. That's the matchup. That's the rematch. The fuck? Anyway. I think the 49ers pulled this one off. And I think it's going to be down to the last drive. Because I think the 49ers are going to be up. Jalen Hurts is going to have to do the comeback. And he's going to do the comeback. And it's going to look like, damn, the Eagles done got another one again. And then when you leave, I was like, but Purdy's going to drive them down the field. And they're going to kick a last-second field goal. And that's how they're going to win the game. That way, I was like, look, everybody get their little storyline. He did the comeback. But the 49ers proved that they could have won last year. I think the 49ers, their offensive concept is more explosive than the Eagles. I was like, don't get me wrong, and not that I'm saying, I'm not saying the Eagles with Brown and Smith and Swift and all that other stuff isn't great. And this is really going to be a battle of the trenches to me. This is what it's really going to be. It's going to be who pass rush is able to stop whom. And more importantly, stopping Jalen Hurts, because unlike Purdy, he can scramble. Yes, he can get you 10, 12 yards. He can run. He's not unathletic. But he ain't Jalen Hurts type of running. I was like, he doesn't use his legs in the same way. So stopping Hurts is a bigger deal that way than Purdy, where Purdy more is like, can you disguise covers is enough for our pass rush to get there, more so. Yes, basically, I'm picking the 49ers here to take the win and beat the Eagles in the last second type of thing. Browns, Rams. I would like the Rams. I was going to win Stafford back. I was like, the Browns, I don't think they're going to have the quarterback, the rookie. I think he had a concussion. Don't get me wrong, the Browns defense is good enough to stay alive, and they still got Walker. But I was like, I was just going to go to Rams. It's a whatever game. Chiefs and Packers. I think the Packers pull off the upset. I think the Packers defense is playing. Has been finally playing like how we expect them to play. And I think the Packers have found out a way to combine Love's attributes without letting him just go crazy with it and doing some wild thing. I think they sort of started getting stuff together. Don't get me wrong, the Chiefs defense is really good to stop them and stuff like that. I just think on the flip side that I also think that I'm like, the Chiefs' offense is like here and there, and I was like, don't get me wrong, Patrick Mahomes is so dynamic that he's able to overcome those type of things. But I think that the Packers defense is going to come up with enough to let the offense win the game, if you get what I'm saying. Like, they're going to win the game because of the defense giving the offense opportunities. I guess that's what I'm saying here. But anyway, those are my picks. I was like, you go ahead, solidify it, put money on it, put on the books, do all the betting, or do none of that and just sort of listen to what I say and just disagree if you want to. Anyway, if you like this video, I appreciate it. If not, hey, maybe next time. But until then, I'm out.